Good morning. So today I wanted to talk to you about my very favorite flower that grows on our property. And if you have a little bit of wooded property near you, you most likely have this flower, especially if you have poison ivy near you. This is my antidote to poison ivy, and the Lord was so gracious to plant this and grow this, and I don't know how to propagate it yet. I have tried for 8 years. So if any of you know how to propagate this plant, I would love it, because I would love to move it all over the place. We have it everywhere in our woods by our creek, and this little batch happens to be right near my house in the front yard, where I happen to have a tree with poison ivy growing on it. So this is called Jewelweed, this little plant, and I'm going to try to turn this around here and show it to you. So it's this plant right here. I'm going to actually take a stalk so you can see the leaf. It has a little bit of a serrated leaf on the edges, if you can see that. And when it gets wet, it almost looks like little silver jewels. And this morning it still has some of the dew on it. So it's a little bit easier to tell whenever you're in person. But every part of this plant is good for poison ivy, and if you have it, you can pull the plant and you can split the stem and rub the juice all over your poison ivy, and it will go away. Or you can use it as a preventive. If you know your hands are going to be in the poison ivy, rub your hands and arms down with it and you will not get it. I have been using this for 8 years, since we moved out to our neck of the woods, and this stuff is so good. If you use it from the plant, usually the poison ivy is gone in about 30 minutes if you've already developed the rash. There's also, because in the winter poison ivy does not go away, there's a lady called Tanya who runs a business called Nature's Bath Soap, and she makes this really amazing spray, and I'm going to post a link to her page on below my video. And basically this spray has plantain and jewelweed in it, and aloe and some other things, but this spray has helped cure just about any kind of rash you have, wounds, bruises, all kinds of things. So people may knock it. I probably shouldn't be marketed as a medical tool, but it definitely cuts on going to the doctor and getting a steroid shot, which my son has to do because he's so allergic to poison ivy. Well, living out here, a Q-tip rubbed on that little spot for a couple of days usually takes care of the poison ivy by itself. I'm also going to post a picture of the flower on this plant, because that is how I first found it. We moved out here and we lived on my husband's childhood home. We bought his childhood home, and he is very allergic to poison ivy. And when we were out here working early on, when we bought the house, we happened upon this little jewelweed plant, which I didn't know at the time what it was, and I'm from the city, so I wanted to learn everything, every plant and flower that was on this property. And I saw this little orange slipper looking flower, and I was like, oh, I know it's a weed, but leave it, because it's so cute, it's so pretty. And so he honored my request and did, and I went inside and looked up what this was and found out, oh my goodness, this is a really amazing plant. So usually between around May it starts growing in wooded areas, right at the edge of a wooded area, and usually sometime in the summer, about maybe late July, early August, you'll start to see a little orange flower grow on it that looks like a little orange shoe or a trumpet. Some people have said it's a trumpet looking thing. So I'm going to post a picture of that, and if you have a little wooded property near your home that's kind of damp or near a creek area, you might be able to find this. And if not, you can go to Tanya's website and buy the spray. I'm a firm believer in this stuff. I don't believe in the soap. I don't believe in any of the other products, but this spray has worked every time, and it's my most requested thing, and I always buy 2 bottles every year and end up giving one away by the time I'm done with the year, because somebody has needed it or needs a little sample bottle. So if you're interested in this, check it out. Check out her website. She makes a lot of really amazing products out there, and this is the one that has worked for our family very, very well. So especially through the winter time when I don't have access to the actual plant to be able to pull it. But this is my favorite flower on the property, and I'm so happy and excited to introduce it because it's one of my best kept secrets out here, and I'm starting to not make it a secret anymore, and people do call me asking for the magic juice. So I hope you have a wonderful Saturday, and while you're out there working, take a little peek and see if you can find some jewelweed on your property. Have a great day.